Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode, of the Quran in English, Basics for Beginners. We are now starting with Surah number 22, Surah Al-Hajj, the pilgrimage, comprising 78 verses. And before we commence with the individual verses, I just want to read a bit of a short paragraph. This is a tafsir from the 8 volumes of Ma'ariful Quran. Ma'ariful Quran is by Maulana Mufti Muhammad Shafi Rahmatullah Alayhi and revised by his son Justice Mufti Muhammad Taqi Usmani. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him all abundantly, right? And we are busy with volume number 6. And here's an extract from page 242. That this particular chapter is neither Mecca nor Medina, but it has a combination of both Mecca verses as well as Medina verses, right? Now, the very first verse says, O men, all mankind, fear your Lord. And that's chapter 22, verse 1. And the commentary there is that this verse was revealed to Nabi Sal'lal'laa'hu A'layhi Was'sallam, to the Holy Prophet Mohamed Sal'lal'laa'hu A'layhi Was'sallam, while he was traveling on a journey. He recited in a loud voice so that all his companions gathered around him after hearing his voice. Right? Because he wanted to let them know that here is an urgent message and a new revelation. Then when they had gathered around him, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam addressed them with a speech. And he asked them a question. Do you know when the upheaval of the resurrection, which is mentioned in this verse, will take place? They replied, as they usually do, Allah and His Prophet know best. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, that will be the day when Allah will command Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam to raise those people who have been marked out for hell. Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam will ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who those people are. And Allah will inform him that 999 out of every 1,000 will go to hell. Absolutely terrifying. Let me read that again. 999 out of every 1,000 will go to hell. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam then added, that will be the time when small children will become old on account of terror, and pregnant women will abort their fetuses. The companions were frightened when they heard this and asked Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, O Prophet of Allah, who are those among us who will escape this terrible fate? And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, do not worry, calm down, set your minds at ease. For every 1,000 of the Gog and Magog, the Yajuj and Majuj, there will be only one from amongst you. So the majority of those going into hell are of the Juj and Majuj, the Gog and Magog. This incident is reported in Sahih Muslim on the authority of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. There are other versions also. Let me say Rahmatullah radiallahu anhu. There are other versions also according to which Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is reported to have said, on the day of resurrection, you will find yourself with two peoples who will predominate numerically all the other peoples who will be near them. One of them is the tribe of Gog and Magog, the Yajuj and Majuj, and the other is Satan or Shaitan and his descendants, and those of the progeny of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam who have died earlier. Thus, among the 999, the majority will be from those people. And this has also been repeated by Qurtubi. And then the question is, when will the earthquake of the day of resurrection take place? Will it happen before or after the dead are raised to life? Some people have presented the opinion that the earthquake will occur in this world before the day of judgment and will be among the last signs of the coming of the doomsday, to which reference has been made in several verses of the Holy Quran, such as chapter 99, verse 1, where we read, "When the earth is shaken with a mighty shaking." And we read in chapter 69, verse 14, "And the earth and the mountains are lifted up and crushed with a single blow." And in chapter 56, verse 4, we read, "When the earth shall be rocked." There are others who have deduced from the above reference hadith that the earthquake will occur after doomsday and resurrection. But I prefer it that what we know from the chronology of events, Israel alayhi salam blows the trumpet, everything shakes, everything gets shattered, the earthquake destroys everything. Women, their children become hoary-headed, white-headed, mothers drop their fetuses, everything changes. Massive, massive earthquakes, everything is turned to powder and dust and everything dies. After that, there is a second blowing of the trumpet where everyone is restored to life, and then they start marching in their millions and millions toward the plains of gathering, like as if they are swarms of locusts, right? So this verse also gives some idea or a pictorial image or a vision of the earthquake of the day of resurrection on the last day, on the last hour, when all the pregnant women will abort their fetuses and every breastfeeding woman nursing her child will also neglect the children and be diverted from it because of the terror of the day. So join me in the next episode when we now start commencing the verse by verse reading of Surah 22, Surah Al-Hajj, the pilgrimage. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah.